Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do, you still get screwed over. As much as you try to break those cycles, people try to drag you back into the suck. Today on rLounge, we handle it with grace. Up first, a boyfriend with sticky fingers. Am I the a-hole for getting my boyfriend arrested? I'll just get straight to it. I'm a college student and this is my last semester until medical school. I've never been able to get a loan. I've worked 5.5 years to get this degree because I have to pay out of pocket, so it takes way longer. I've worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs at a time and barely had a social life. For this upcoming semester, I reached my goal for tuition, so I quit one of my jobs so I could relax a bit. I was a server bartender at 2 bars and an office job, so I always have cash hidden in my apartment in my closet in a box. And before the semester starts a week or 2 before, I deposit it so I can pay my tuition. My boyfriend sometimes stays over while I'm there, or when I'm not. Since I've been saving for this semester, he's the only one who's been over. I've never told him about the box, but he knows I have to pay for school. Well, yesterday night, I get home to put money in the box because I was going to deposit it today, and it's all gone. I freaked out and tore my apartment up thinking I put it somewhere else, knowing I didn't. I called my boyfriend like crazy, no answer. I didn't sleep last night, I was panicking. Then, this morning he finally calls me back. I'm yelling at him about my money. He's acting all confused and like I'm crazy. He comes over. I'm still pissed off. After a while, he finally admits he took it so he can borrow it and he'll pay me back. Where the F is he going to get 14 grand from in 2 weeks? I went into a rage and called the police and reported a theft because that is what he did. Well, it's been hours now. I guess he got his phone call because his family has been blowing up my phone and his mother has said some really hurtful and racist things to me. They've been harassing me for the past 6 hours now. It's stressing me out even more, and I hate that I'm feeling bad for him, but he stole my money that I've been saving for months. His brother did call, and he was respectful and said they'll help him pay it back, and I should just go to the police station with him and tell them I want to drop the charges, but I really don't believe them. I could do that and never get my money back still. I don't know what to do, and I hate that I'm contemplating doing this. I'm just really pissed off and have been crying all effing day. The community reacts. Brewiskier says, do not drop the charges. $14,000 is a huge amount of money. His family are lying. They're not going to pay you back. Your boyfriend's first response was to lie. He only admitted to theft afterwards. They will take off and run, and you'll never see him or any of them ever again. Why would you drop the charges? He stole from you. He deserves to go to prison. Also, if you do drop the charges, it's possible that any insurance you have will be nullified. You might be able to borrow money from somewhere, but they would need to see evidence of your ability to save money. You'll need the police report number as part of this application. If his family are banging on about paying the money back, then tell them that they can sell one of their cars ASAP and pay you back, as courts usually charge interest on money judgments, not the a-hole. Sandy Delights weighs in, OP, you did not get him arrested. You factually and accurately reported what occurred and why you're now out a full $14,000, 2 weeks before you plan to use it to pay tuition. Your better be effing ex-boyfriend was arrested because of what he did, not you. Stop speaking to his family on the phone and or in person. Texts, emails only. You're going to have to recoup this money somehow, and your loss is likely too large for a small claims court. Limits vary by jurisdiction. Common reference point is $10,000. Unless he's sitting on the $14,000 in cash, there's a decent chance you will have to go to court to get it back. Depending on where you are and the laws there, his family's repeated promises to cover the loss may be evidence that can be used to pursue them in civil court to cover the loss, as whatever he spent it on likely isn't worth $15,000 anymore. You're well within the territory where you should be talking to an attorney. Wizard 10,000 says, not the a-hole. Very sorry that happened to you. You could tell them you'll drop the charges as soon as you get them $14,000 back. Sammy 1234567 says, and then don't drop the charges. Just block them all and move on. Aussie Topcat says, do not drop the charges. He stole from you and you have no guarantee that the money will come back. If his family really wants to help, they will pay the money back to you so they can tell the judge he has made restitution for a better sentence. The trust in this relationship has gone out the door and it is over. Block his family on your phone. You do not need their abuse. Before you do, if you have any messages for them, save them and ask the police for AVO to prevent them from abusing and threatening you. Aggravating ad 9046 says, this, OP, please pay attention to this. Also, I'm so sorry this happened to you. In addition to dealing with the police, etc., reach out to the administration at your school and let them know what happened. Hopefully, they'll be compassionate and at the very least defer you tuition payment date so you can start classes as planned without paying late fees on your tuition. Who knows, Maybe there are scholarship dollars or a bursary they can help you out with. Also, I'm so incredibly proud of you. Working your way through school like that is not easy, and you did it. The OP replies, I've already made an appointment with my advisor and financial aid for Monday. I'm hoping they don't drop my classes. Thank you for the kind words. It's been hard, but I know the end result will be worth it. Deep Fudge 9235 says, so not the a-hole. He stole the money, period. Didn't even ask you. Tell them you'll drop the charges if they get a loan and pay you in cash right away. Until then, no, you will not go down. You need that money. They can work with their son to get paid back. I hope you dumped him. Urka June chimes in, not the a-hole. Break up. Press charges. Get your money. Unless they want to pay you the $14,000 in cash immediately, then nah, he's in trouble. Stealing from you, period, is wrong. He didn't take a couple hundred. He took $14,000. $14,000. Stole that. From you, knowing it's your money. The audacity. That amount is a legal matter at that point. No way in hell are you dropping the charges. He stole your money. That's absolutely theft, and there's no way you should be feeling bad about it. Why the hell is his family coming to you about it? You worked long and hard for that money, and for someone to just come in and totally disrespect you like that is horrendous. That's a lot of money. He did it without even saying that there was an issue or that maybe he was in trouble. And to take it all? I mean, if he really needed it bad enough, he should have talked to you and maybe you would have been able to arrange something. Update. Hi everyone. Sorry I kept you all hanging for a while, but it's been a long and annoying process. I want to thank all of you so much for all the advice. Someone suggested when I go to school, talk to my emergency dean, and I am so grateful for you. With the police report, I was able to get my school to pay for my semester again. To that person, thank you. I started a week late, but a week late is better than not going. Sadly, the harassment continued and escalated, and due to what almost happened and all the texts and calls, I was able to get a temporary restraining order on his mom, which she quickly violated. Shake my head. After a few weeks, I was able to get a little bit over $8,000 back from my money, and his brother did pay the remaining back to me. Don't worry everyone, we didn't meet, it was through a third party. Also, like most of you said, depending on the state, you can't drop charges after the fact. So I couldn't do anything after the money was given back. At this point, it's up to the court what happens. We haven't spoken, nor do I care to. I'm finally moving in a month, which is a huge stress reliever because they won't know where I live anymore. A police report helps with a lot of things. I got to break my lease, thank God. Also, won't keep my money home anymore. Thankfully, since this is my last semester, I won't have to work my bar jobs anymore, so no more money in my closet. I think that's all I have to update you all on. Again, thank you so much to all of you for your encouraging words and advice. It meant a lot. Helped more than you can imagine. Pixelated Shell says, I'm so glad they were able to pay for the semester for you in the meantime. A week late is 100% better than nothing. I'm glad everything has been working out slowly. I wish this situation never happened in the first place, but you're such a strong person for handling all of this with grace. Good luck with this final semester. You've got this. Mewface117 says, make sure the PD knows about your address change and knows about any time his mommy and family harasses you at all. Glad you're able to go to school. Wow, OP, what a wild ride. I'm so sorry you had to go through that after working so hard to make it by. I'm so glad to hear that you got your money back. And yeah, it is a hard lesson to not keep your money at home. But dang, you shouldn't have had to worry about something like that. Good luck with medical school and all your future endeavors, OP. Have you had someone close to you steal money like this before? Let us know below. Up next, some tardy parents who never learn. Am I the a-hole for taking an Uber to a wedding so I wouldn't be late? My sister got married last weekend. I flew into town and my parents insisted that I stay with them instead of a hotel like I wanted. My parents are consistently late for everything. I think it's a Latin thing. I hate being late. I think it's disrespectful. The wedding was at 2:30. My folks live about half an hour from the church. Noon rolls up and my folks aren't even getting ready yet. They are adults and I'm over dealing with them. I get ready, I send for an Uber, and I'm at the church for 2. I check in with my sister. She asked me if I had any problems getting my parents to church. I told her that I came by myself. She went white and said that I was responsible for getting them there on time. Well, nobody asked me to do that. I didn't even want to stay there. So now everyone starts calling my parents. They're getting ready. They were about 35 minutes late. The service was shortened because there was another wedding later that day. Everyone is still mad at me for not getting my parents there on time. My aunt said that I'm an a-hole for messing up the timing of the wedding. My mom says it's my fault for not reminding them to get ready. Am I the only one who thinks adults should be able to be on time for their own kid's wedding without help? Ask for an opinion, the community will have one. The anti-girl says, not the a-hole. If they need to be reminded to get ready on their daughter's wedding day, they need to live in caretaker. Unless you were specifically asked to get them to the church, that's not your job. If your sister truly thinks you messed up the wedding by being on time, I think it's a good time for some space between you and your family. The OP replies, one of the reasons I moved across the country. Active Job 2887 chimes in, good for you. It seems like your whole fam, except for you of course, are a bit toxic. I mean, why the hell do they all blame you and think that you're the a-hole here? I can't understand their thought process. Secret Jealous 4342 adds, not the a-hole. If they wanted you to do that, they should have asked in advance. The OP replied, I would have gladly prodded buttocks to get them moving if I was told I was responsible. A deleted user chimes in, not the a-hole. Next time don't stay with them. You shouldn't need to prod them to be on time for their own child's wedding. Rowan Ever says, blink, blink, and your sister couldn't have asked you beforehand to ride herd on your parents and get them to the church on time? I'm guessing everyone's blaming you because you're the comfortable, stress-free option. People know that you're not going to blow up, start a screaming match outside their house, and then send in the flying monkeys. Am I right? The OP replies, I'm already back in Miami. That was a Chicago problem. Team Semi wants to add, I also want to live in Miami and have Chicago problems, but I live in Sweden and have Swedish problems. Not the a-hole. Enjoy life in Miami. What? How is that your problem? They are adults and they knew the time of the wedding. It's their responsibility to get ready and leave on time. That's totally up to them, not you, and nobody else. And if it wasn't communicated to you that you were supposed to get them there on time, then that's on whoever was supposed to communicate that to you. As far as I'm concerned, you did nothing wrong. You gotta do you, OP. Would you have done the same thing? Thank you for joining us today on rLounge. Before you go, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you have something you want to say regarding today's content, share that with us in the comments below.